With tensions rising along the China-India border and a looming crisis in the Taiwan Strait and South China Seas, Chinese leader Xi Jinping commanded the military to train in preparation of a real war scenario. Xi's move, according to some critics, is intended to flaunt China's military, but it also reflects the weakness of the CCP. Beijing's mouthpiece, Xinhua News Agency, reported that Xi, who is also the chairman of the Central Military Commission, signed the Central Military Commission Order No. 1 of 2021 on January 4th. The order mobilizes the entire army to focus on preparing for war, to strengthen training for frontline soldiers, and to ensure combat readiness and operational capability at any time. The Epoch Times noted that the phrase, to ensure combat readiness and operational capability at any time, did not appear in any of the 2020 military orders. Some media interpreted that Xi has raised the level of preparedness, which is intended to intimidate China's adversaries. Some analysts believe that Xi's order shows that the top CCP officials have assessed the current situation and are preparing for the worst. High-level officials have recently admitted that 2020 was a very unusual year in the history of the regime. The CCP faces various obstacles, including domestic and international pressures. China commentator Xue Chi said the U.S. military has the most experience in actual combat in the world, but the CCP army has almost no experience in actual combat since the Vietnam War in 1979.
At present, the technological level of war has been rapidly improving. It appears to be a military combat, but in fact it's a war of science and technology. Behind the war of science and technology is an economic war, and behind the economic war is an educational war. War is the most rigorous test for a nation's power. Here, all the shortcomings of the CCP are now exposed, especially in the context of the new China-US Cold War.
Xue believes that although some senior officers and generals in the CCP military have been purged, there is no guarantee that those promoted to the top are loyal to Xi. When Xi came to power in 2012, he carried out an anti-corruption campaign that targeted his political rivals who were loyal to former leader Jiang Zemin.
The corruption, the cronyism, and the dishonesty within the army over the years have turned the whole system into a mess. There's nothing wrong with Xi's desire to build a strong army, to intensify training and to set actual combat as the training target. But the CCP army is already a mess. It is completely rotten. So what is Xi Jinping doing in this situation? He's focusing on the combat capabilities of the army, whether or not Chinese soldiers can fight in a real war and win the battle. He's forcing the soldiers to fight on the battlefield, leaving them with no other choices.
Xue believes that under the current situation, the CCP takes an aggressive stance on the surface by flaunting its military power, but in reality it's extremely nervous.
It, the CCP, is trying to buy itself some time. So, what's it doing now? Its military's transformation through technological innovation and training must be integrated at this point. It is extremely difficult to achieve.
It's going to cost a lot of money to upgrade the military, but China's economy is declining. And although the military budget is growing, the military's development is not advancing fast enough, Xue said. By the end of 2020, Xi signed a series of revised regulations aimed at upgrading military equipment and logistics, and funding military education and political work. Dr. Wang Juntao of Columbia University said in an interview with the Epoch Times that based on his knowledge of the Chinese army, China will not be able to fight a war in the next year or two. The first reason is that when Xi restructured the military a few years ago, most of the officers he promoted have no combat experience. Furthermore, the military is rapidly updating its weapons now, but they need to be tested to ensure that they're ready to be used for actual combat. And such weapons are not available yet. The third reason is that Xi Jinping only cares about political loyalty when promoting military officials, and those who do not obey will be purged by him. I know or indirectly know these people, and they are very angry.
In the last 2 years, China launched a program to ban household use of coal for heating and required people switch to natural gas in an effort to improve air quality. However, like many other policies in China that sound noble and beneficial, The coal to gas program ended up leaving many rural households shivering in the cold. In Lingfen City of Shanxi Province, village officials forcibly took away and destroyed villagers' coal stoves. The villagers were outraged but could do nothing about it. What went wrong with this program? A new song, Coal to Gas, which became an internet sensation in the past week, provides an explanation.
烧煤取暖，厂房为了过去，却留给我们美好的回忆。虽然早点累点儿，但是我们能都负担得起。那时候冬天没有压力，天然温气把燃煤来代替，费用太高，烧得我头都抬不起，开到50-60度，屋里温度还不如过去。别看屋里不热，每月还要1000好几。一挂炉，它还经常出现问题，维修电话根本就打不进去，有的人家燃气压力不足，还经常断气，有的人家因为费用太高，舍不得开启天然气，我们真的消费不起，烧得我们整天垂头丧气。我们老百姓靠种地生活，收入本来就低，一个冬天要花好几千块，谁能烧得起？
According to official data in China, the average per capita monthly disposable income of rural residents ranged from 960 yuan, $150 USD, to 1,300 yuan, $200 USD in 2019. Due to the new restrictions on social media, our channel may be affected. If you would like to stay tuned to our channel and to receive notifications and updates, please provide us with your email by clicking the link below. Thank you for your support.